Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is Lap Guide for Autopolis with the RAYBRIG NSX. Let's get this started. Your first braking point is this 100-meter sign that is hanging out on the left. You want to brake hard for a short while, then slowly start to ease off of the brakes, hit the apex, and slowly start to accelerate. Bring yourself to the left, and just after you pass this path that is on the left, you want to brake hard for a short moment, ease off of the brakes, then start to do lots of throttle control as you go through these next two turns. Try to bring yourself as far to the left as you can, or to the middle, and brake before the curb on the right ends. You want to bring yourself all the way to the inside of the turn, straighten out the car, and then slowly start to accelerate. Bring yourself to the right and start to ease off the throttle as soon as you start making this turn. Bring yourself to the inside, and when the curb on the left is about to end, you can start to fully accelerate. Bring yourself to the right and use the second left arrow sign as your braking point. Brake hard for a short while, then slowly start to ease off of the brakes, trying to bring yourself as close to the inside of the turn as you can. Slowly start to accelerate, and you really want to do so as you're now going downhill, which can cause the car to spin out. Before you reach the 50-meter sign, you want to use some of your braking. Just try to bring yourself onto the curbs that are inside on the track, slowly start to accelerate, then ease off the throttle as you turn right. Stick to the inside of the turns, fully accelerate, then ease off the throttle, and brake before you start to make this turn. Brake hard for a very short moment, slowly ease off of the brakes, and once you're about to go to the left turn, you want to start to do a lot of throttle control. You just want to make sure that you don't either spin out or understeer too much, so ease off the throttle as you go through this turn, hit the apex, and slowly start to accelerate. And finally, before the curb on the left ends, you want to use just a little bit of braking. Just try to bring yourself all the way to the inside of the turn, use a little bit of throttle if necessary, and once you're pointing towards the start finish line, you can start to fully accelerate, hit this last apex, and you are good to go. Let's go ahead and talk about the strategies. For this race, you don't have to worry about going to the pit stop at all, as the tire and fuel multipliers are too low to even have to think about them. One thing that you should keep in mind is the dirty air. So with these high downforce cars, if you're within the 1.5 second gap behind someone, you're going to be feeling a lack of downforce, so the car is going to be a bit more understeery as you go through some of the high speed corners. So that's also known as dirty air. So if you are within that 1.5 second gap, you want to be a little bit more careful when you go through some of these high-speed corners. You can try to go through them just a little bit slower, that way you're not scrubbing your tires as much. But once again, this is a race where the tire wear rate is low, but if the tire wear rate was a little bit higher, then the dirty air and scrubbing of the tires will become a big issue. So finally, going on to the tire wear and how the car feels towards the end of the race. The car is going to be feeling a little bit more understeery. So starting at around lap 8, that's when you're going to be feeling a bit of the tire wear effects. And it's going to be like that until the end of the race. It's still manageable, but you'll notice that the car is becoming a bit more understeery than usual. I mean, the car is already a bit understeery from the very start of the race, and that is mostly because you're carrying a ton of fuel, and it's going to be pretty hard to burn it off since the fuel consumption rate is only at ×2. But once again, this is a very easy no-stop race. Just be aware of the dirty air from the cars ahead of you, but other than that, that is all for the guide. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. So this is Mr. MCA wishing you a good race, and I'll see you in the next video.